And remove your hats as we honor our great nation with the performance of the national anthem performed by Lou Christie from Our Lady Queen of Apostle Church.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch at the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Lou Christie.
From the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica, this is UCFC Soccer on MASL TV. Hey everyone, Cooper Boardman alongside Richard Shaw, as today Utica City FC takes on the Orlando SeaWolves. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday afternoon. Snowy outside, nice and warm inside, and we're just about ready to roll for two teams coming off a loss here today, and both teams looking to bounce back.
Yeah, and I'm sure Utica very excited to be here back at the Adirondack Bank Center to try and put things right. They'll be very disappointed with what they saw on Friday evening in terms of a performance, and what a great occasion here with the fans. This place is electrifying right now, and a great opportunity for them to get back to winning ways.
You mentioned Friday night, Utica City FC fell to the Harrisburg Heat 7-4 on the road. Utica trailed 2-1 at halftime. Game was tied 3-3, but the Heat closed out that third period with 2 goals to extend their advantage to 5-3 on the way to the victory. The good news for UCFC is they're back at home, a place where they're 5-1 in 2018-19.
Yeah, and we've seen already how important these fans are in terms of getting behind the players. It is almost like an extra man on the field when the crowd get going, but they're going to have to really book their ideas up, because I know from speaking to a few of the players and obviously Coach Ryan Hall, they were very disappointed, and rightly so, with that performance on Friday evening. In theory, they need to be making sure they take care of those games. They need to be winning those games. They know that. But, you know, you can't sulk, you can't keep your heads down, you got to bounce back, and what a great opportunity. And with that said, Orlando, they're going to be coming in with the same mindset, looking to get back to winning ways after playing against St. Louis and getting the result, which I know was crippling for them because it was a late winner for St. Louis. But what a great game and matchup we have here.
Underway from the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica. Early chance, and it goes high and wide over the net. And that's how we get things started for Orlando. The SeaWolves, a 7-6 loss in which St. Louis scored in the waning moments to pick up the victory. So two teams now 10 seconds into this one coming off of a loss. Utica City FC in the blue, they move right to left, and Orlando in the bright yellow road uniforms. Raymond Bordeaux, Toby Tavernisi, and Ubi Parapovic, the field players for Utica City FC. Goalkeeping matchup in this one for UCFC, Andrew Coughlin in net, and for Orlando, Rainer Haas. Coughlin, a .669 save percentage in net, and Utica City off to a good start. Coughlin with it here, and dumps it towards center.
Yeah, we spoke about Coughlin every week in terms of his performances and his leadership back there. An early scare for Utica, as that ball bounced off the boards with just a few seconds after kickoff. Fortunately for them, the ball went over the bar, but we'll see UCFC really putting the pressure on, closing Orlando down, making sure they don't have time on the ball, and Orlando just happy to knock it out and try and probe and find those little gaps as they swing it around the back here.
Well, you know the SeaWolves are going to put on some offensive pressure. Orlando with 6 or more goals in each of their last 3 games. 6 goals in that loss on Friday night. In the defensive half, and there's our first whistle of the day. A foul goes against Utica City.
Yeah, Mugen there putting the pressure on, and he's got off to a great start, getting off with a goal-scoring debut, and he's going to be looking to show these home fans here what he's made of.
Ball played into the corner. 3 Utica City defenders converge, 1 away by UCFC. Then a giveaway. And you mentioned Freddie Mugen. Debut on Friday night. Here's a blast and a score! Rocket from the left side. Richard Sherman puts it home, and it's 1-0 Orlando.
Yeah, fantastic strike from him, just across the halfway line. It was almost like no one expected that to happen, and he just put his foot right through it. And the power with a maybe a bit of swerve dip on it, it goes in. Coughlin couldn't do anything about it, just sheerly too much power, and a great start for Orlando.
3rd goal of the season for Schmerman. His Twitter handle is the Schmerminator, and he puts that one home from just past the halfway line. Orlando strikes first at around the 13:10 mark of the first period. Orlando back into the attacking third, but now a run out for Utica City. Off the wall, Tavernisi puts it in front, loose. Player falls to the ground. Crowd wanted the foul, didn't get it from the referee on the right side. And then back the opposite way. Piotr Sliwa in net today for the SeaWolves. Not Haas, making his 2nd appearance of the 2019 season.
Yeah, and Utica, who we've seen time and time again get off to a great start here at home, where they've usually scored the first goal or 2, find themselves 1-0 down early on. But sometimes that can be very positive because it can make sure that you're up to it and you're at the races in terms of energy and effort. It is easy sometimes to, take your foot off the gas when you're a goal up, but make no mistake now, they're going to have to get after it.
Jelovic dances with it at the yellow line, then plays it back up top. Opening stages of this one between Utica City and now a giveaway. SeaWolves give it right back. Schindler cuts it off in the midfield. Richard Schmerman opens the scoring for the Orlando SeaWolves, playing on the road today. Now back into the corner. Sandoval all over it there, and it's knocked up and gobbled up by Sliwa.
Yeah, Mugen again in the corner looking to hold the ball up. One thing that we've already seen from him as he's arrived at Utica is he's great at holding the ball up, bringing players into the game, especially when he gets into the corners. Time and time again against Harrisburg, he played that ball off the boards, looking for his teammates, and that certainly will create lots of goal-scoring opportunities for the likes of Tavernisi, just to sniff around in the box and find those little easy goals.
Back to the attacking third for Orlando, but Coughlin gets a kick to it, sends it back towards the midfield. Schmerman picks it up there. SeaWolves attack in yellow. Under 11 minutes to go in the opening period. Up top, a little bit of daylight put on net, and it trickles home. Diego Freitas with the left foot. It's 2-0 Orlando.
Yeah.
Two goals on Saturday for Freitas against St. Louis. Gets his first here, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, just opened up on that left-hand side. You see here, half a yard's all he needs. Hits the target low through bodies, and then it just needs a little deflection, and it finds its way in the back of the net. And now Utica really got to book their ideas up and get after it.
So if you're Ryan Hall on that side for Utica City, you lose on Friday night, you go down 2-0 in the opening few minutes here today. How do you respond?
Well, you got to find that positivity. I think first and foremost, you can't dwell in any kind of depression or heads down, so to speak. Just got to get back to basics, get back to the fundamentals, do the things that brought you the success earlier in the season.
Here's a giveaway by Coughlin, but Utica City takes it right back, now in transition. Bordeaux deals it off left. Here's Toby, flings it on net, bounces off the left side, still alive, and then cleared at least momentarily by Orlando. First good attacking pressure we've seen from Utica City so far. Now a whistle, and Utica City can't believe it happened right in front of their bench, but it will go Orlando's way.
Yeah, I think it was Tavanesi coming in with a tackle. As you say, it was right in front of the bench. Coach Ryan Hall clearly not happy with the decision.
Sliwa plays it to the corner on the right side. Loose ball picked up by Utica City. Kenaway gives it right. Nice little move here out to the corner. Roberts is dealt against the boards. And that'll be a set piece opportunity coming up for Utica City. We'll see if maybe a card comes out as well.
Yeah, you saw Roberts making that overlap run on that right hand side. As Yelovats came forward with the driving run, cuts inside, plays it with the outside of his foot. Here's a chance now.
Roberts, pass cut off, gets it back in the corner. Syracuse native goes off the referee on the sideline. Breakout pass is picked up by Kenaway for Utica City. 2-0 lead for Orlando so far. But some good attacking pressure we've seen in terms of that response we were talking about for Utica City.
Yeah, the energy's there. And again, Mugen finding it in the corner.
Mugen turns, back heel off the left side. Golden opportunity for UCFC, but couldn't put it home. SeaWolves on the run out. Daylight on the left side, back to center, and a weak try from Gerson goes wide. Couple players take a tumble, no foul called, but now UCFC 3-on-1. Played left and lost, and now a whistle. Ubi Peripovic took a tumble, and it'll go UCFC's way.
Yeah, very unfortunate for Utica because although Bo gets the restart awarded to him for the foul, Tavanesi had picked the ball up and they were clearly in advantage, should have really been played. But the referee decides to give the call, and prior to that, again, Utica had the 3-on-1. Ubi Peripovic making the run down the left-hand side. The pass just wasn't precise enough.
Ubi Peripovic rips off up top, still alive for UCFC. Now to the left side. Yelovic goes left and fires it wide right. Still in the attacking third for City. Now back into the corner. Two players converge in blue, and it's one away. Now an opportunity put on net, off the post. Just missed that chance. Now attacking the other way. Loose ball in the midfield, and down goes Darren Toby.
Yeah, and the restart awarded another foul. This is certainly picked up in tempo since that second goal went in for Orlando. A great response from Utica. It was needed, it was required. It seemed as if they'd not even started, but now they're at it and they're looking to get forward in numbers, and we've seen a couple of good chances for them to get a goal on the board.
Roberts dashes ahead, looks left, puts it on net, blocked away. First real test of the day for the goalkeeper for Orlando, Piotr Sliwa, and he stands up to it.
Yeah, great work from Logan Roberts that time. Defensively, he's done some wonderful things for Utica that time, driving forward and just looking to hit the back of the net.
But in front, they score! Freddie Mugen, his first home goal for Utica City FC. Welcome to Utica. Had a goal on Friday night, puts this one home, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, we talked about the pressure, we talked about the half chances, then the two really good chances, and Mugen finds the back of the net to set the fans off here and get them going, because it's not been a good start from Utica, but they did respond well, and for Mugen to get that first home goal, I'm sure he'll be happy, and the fans really now know who he is and what he's capable of. and you can see him there. He's applauding the support, and fantastic for him and fantastic for Utica to get a goal back in this game.
Mujin acquired via trade from Florida on January 17th, 12 days ago. Made his debut on Friday night, a goal and an assist on the road in Harrisburg. And now today in his home debut, scores the opening goal of the day for Utica City FC.
Yeah, and what he's done as well, not only with that goal, I mean, the chance where we saw the ball hit the inside of the post, Mujin creates that with this type of play in the corner where he holds the ball up, looking for his teammates.
City back on the attack. Up top for Schindler. Plays it right, set inside, bounced in front, chance. And Bordeaux couldn't get his foot on it. Back for Utica City. Kenaway plays it right, fakes it, put on net just wide right. It bounces home anyway! Off a defender and in, off the rip from Raymond. It's 2-2.
Yeah, and sometimes you need a little bit of luck. And Ben Raymond that time, ball just falls very kindly for him. And he hits it slightly wide of the goal, but in off the defender, they all count. And that response has now paid dividends since going 2-0 down. Utica really done well, and to get it back on level terms, fantastic for them.
Well, it pinballed off of Edwin Rojas, who was standing right there next to the post, bounces in. Any way it goes in, you'll take it if you're UCFC. 2-2 game, 7:10 remaining in the first period. Cooper Boardman, Richard Shaw here with you on MASL TV. And how about this for a response for Utica City FC?
Yeah, truly wonderful as the players come in for a little break here. Some tactical talk from Coach Ryan Hall. But yeah, in terms of the response, you can't ask for anything more. I'm sure Coach Hall will be truly disappointed with what happened in regards to the first 5 minutes of the game. But for them to be back on level terms, but show the energy, show the determination to get bodies forward, get in the box, and then put the goals on the board, and it really is game on now.
Well, outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MASL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. Here at the Adirondack Bank Center, a 2-2 game between UCFC and Orlando. A very entertaining opening 7+ minutes. And so far, we're no closer to deciding a winner, a 2-2 game. Goals in this one from Mujin and Raymond for Utica City. The second one bounced off the defender, first off the foot of Raymond for Orlando, Freitas, as well as Schmerman.
Scored by number 2, Ben Raymond.
Out of the timeout, it goes out of play.
Yeah, I think one thing that Utica can be very happy with is because, you know, this fixture here, this performance that we've seen week in, week out at the Adirondack Bank Centre has been one where it's been consistent. They've started well, never been really up against it in the opening few minutes of the game. So to see them respond in the nature and manner they have,
here's
really
a giveaway.
Is wonderful.
Golden opportunity, and they score. Mario Alvarez from the left side had a yawning net, puts it home. It's 3-2.
Yeah, uncharacteristic mistake by Coughlin. Just gives the ball away unnecessarily, and Orlando make them pay for the full price of that.
Second goal of the season for Mario Alvarez, the Illinois native, and Orlando surges back into the lead. Utica City FC was down 2-0 to open up this ball game, and now they're going to need to respond once again.
Yeah, well, you know, from a spectator perspective, you want to see goals, that's for sure, and to see 5 in the opening few minutes of this first quarter, it really is setting up the game very nicely for an exciting afternoon.
Coughlin dumps it in for UCFC, one away, and then back over towards the right side. Towards the midfield, now a chance. On the left side, backheeled off the wall, loose in front, no one was home. And a sliding tackle from Nate Bordeaux. Doesn't look like we'll see a card, but Orlando will have it off the restart.
Yeah, nothing too serious there. Bordeaux just trying to extend his leg, trying to nick the ball. He helps the player up, and you could see he was apologetic.
UCFC 8-4 overall, 5-1 at home though. Dominant at the Adirondack Bank Center. Loose ball in front. Coughlin on the doorstep had to pick that one up. That was about to bound over the doorstep. Picks it up and keeps it out. Under 6 minutes to play in the first period. 5-1 record here in Utica for City FC. Orlando 1-1 on the road, making just its second road trip. And Bordeaux got knocked down. It'll be UCFC ball. Tavernisi rather. Steven Deroux enters for Utica City. First time we've seen him today. Watches it fly over his head, and we'll see if things start to slow down a little bit. 5 goals in the opening 10 minutes or so of this one between UCFC and Orlando. Been a highly entertaining affair so far.
Yeah, certainly a lot of attacking play, and you know, that's what you want to see. The MSL certainly brings that type of game here.
Now more attacking. Mendoza plays it right. A rip and a score. Osvaldo Rojas bullets that one to the top left corner, and the SeaWolves lead is 2.
Yeah, great strike from Rojas. Makes no mistake. This ball's played perfectly in front of him, and he just puts his foot right through it. Coughlin, absolutely no chance as that ball rockets into the roof of the net.
First goal of the season for the Brazilian, and it's 4-2 in favor of Orlando. 5:08 to play in the first period. Well, Friday night's matchup for the SeaWolves was a game of runs, allowed a 4-0 St. Louis run in Friday night's loss. That was really the difference in the game, despite the 1-goal scoreline. For Utica City, a tough loss on Friday night as well, and so far Orlando has put together a couple of mini runs. Second time today, UCFC's been down 2 goals. The last time they rallied for 2 in a row to knot it up. Let's see if they can do that once again. Warded down into the right corner. Played along the wall. Tavernisi there, and a knockdown, and UCFC can take it. So now a set-piece chance.
Yeah, Mugen getting on the ball. Logan Roberts on that side, battling for it, gets brought down, and they'll look to try and work some type of set-piece here and try and get the score back within 1.
Now Mugen, off his right foot, plays it in, deflected into the corner. Not too much doing. Orlando still has to clear though. And sliced up towards the left side. Now an opportunity. Here's Alvarez. Cuts back and then pulls it back out to the yellow line. Plays it right. Here's Rojas. Into the center. Kicked up. Still alive up top and then lofted out towards center.
Yeah, good performance here from Orlando in these first 10 minutes or so. They obviously got off to an electrifying start. And then to give up the 2 goals, they responded well. We talked about Utica's response. What about that for a response from Orlando to get the lead back pretty quickly, and some absolute wonderful finishes from them.
Under 4 minutes to go, first period. 2-goal lead for Orlando. Freitas, Schmermond, Alvarez, and Tobias, the goal scorers thus far. Back towards the midfield, loose ball. 2 Utica City defenders in the area, and a player falls down, the infraction against UCFC.
Yeah, Rojas there battling well for Orlando on this right-hand side. Winning the restart, opportunity for them to fizz it onto goal.
Victor France back towards center. Edwin Rojas, the Mexico City native, plays it off to the left. Slow down a little bit here in this first period. We saw 6 goals over the first 11, 12 minutes or so. Now Orlando being a little bit more methodical offensively. Back into the attacking third. Played out left, bounced off the high wall on the left side, and then knocked out of play. And now Orlando gets it up top off the restart.
Yeah, Orlando certainly seem very composed on the ball. Obviously it's easier when you're winning, but Utica just got to settle down, try and find that form we saw.
Here's Freitas. It's blocked down. Good defensive work there by Utica City to keep that one from being a more dangerous opportunity for the SeaWolves. It was Jelic along with a couple of other players that combined to make the stop. You know, Utica City can score 39 goals entering the day at home alone in 6 games at home, outscoring opponents by 13 goals entering the day at the Adirondack Bank Center.
Yeah, that is the good news for Utica, is we know they know how to find the back of the net here at home, and they're going to have to probably put a few on the board today, because Orlando aren't going to stop attacking, that's for sure. And defensively, they've got some good players who can keep the ball out the net, so it's going to have to be a case of get your heads down, work hard.
Coughlin flings it into the attacking third. Stopped by Mugin, and then sends it back up top. Utica City trying to get a sustained possession going. Toby tracks it down in his own third. And then back towards center. Under 2 minutes to play in the first period. 2-goal lead for Orlando. SeaWolves pick it up off another turnover. Rojas. Now Schmerman up ahead. Nearly won off the ball by Jelic. Loose ball towards the half wall, and player falls down. Opportunity out for the SeaWolves.
Yeah, certainly a foul there as Bo Jelic's tried to just nick the ball from behind, catching the foot, tripping his opponent. And you know, for Utica now, they just got to make sure they don't give up any more goals. Let them get back in to coach Ryan Hall at the end of the quarter, try and sort some things out.
Schmerman knocks it in, missed time, but still alive in front. On the left side, Coughlin dives on it. And UCFC staves off another opportunity. Flung back up, loose ball, and back into the defensive third. Seen plenty of set-piece opportunities for both teams. No cards doled out just yet. Power play, something to take a look at in this one.
Darren Toby there showing great strength. He's been fantastic for Utica this season, always consistent.
Mendoza goes down, a collision with Bordeaux.
Yeah, second foul for Bordeaux in fairly close time in terms of in that attacking half. Referees looking at it. It's fortunate not to get a card, especially with the back-to-back fouls. He'll certainly be getting watched now for the next few minutes.
50 seconds to go in the first period. A couple of players jockeying for position. Rojas against Darren Toby, and Toby's called for the infraction.
Which is an interesting decision, really, because Toby was battling for the ball. It seemed a 50-50 physical battle, but the Orlando attacker managed to shrug him off, and he had the benefit in terms of going to goal, and that was taken away with the restart call.
Rojas to take it. Right-footed. Plays it left, just out of the reach of Rojas, enough to play it back out to the defensive third for Orlando. Sliwa fires it into the corner. Bounced off the boards there. Still live on the right side. Coughlin watches, the goaltender for Utica City. And then finally warded back out. 25 seconds to go, first period. SeaWolves with a 2-goal lead, trying to make it 3. Angled into the zone, but it's picked up, cut off by Daru. Utica City, 10 seconds to mount an offensive attack. Coughlin punches it back towards center. UCFC on the run. Here's Bordeaux on the left side, swing and a miss. It bounces off the left corner, and that will do it for the first period. Well, if you like goals, that was the first period for you. 6 combined goals, and at the end of it all, a 4-2 lead for Orlando over Utica City. Richard, obviously the goals, lots of opportunities. Orlando controlled it for much of that period, but Utica City found a response. What do you make of that opening period?
Well, I think that was the positive for Utica to take out of it, is going 2 goals down early on and responding ever so well. But there has to be questions asked about the response after that, because Orlando didn't sit back. They didn't sulk and just try and keep it as it is. They then found another gear, started attacking, which allowed them, through some excellent strikes, some wonderful finishing, to get the 2-goal cushion again. But as you say, people want to see goals. That's what the MSL brings. Here in Utica, we've seen lots of goals already this season, and I think the fans will be happy with what they've seen in the first quarter from that perspective. But again, that question of defensively, there has to be some things that need tidying up, because that it's a little bit too easy at the moment.
Well, the MASL and MITRE share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. MITRE's Astro Division Balls is the official game ball for MASL League play. MITRE's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. MASL TV, Cooper Boardman, Richard Shaw here with you. The Orlando SeaWolves leading Utica City FC 4-2 at the Adirondack Bank Center. Take me inside head coach Ryan Hall's huddle right now for Utica City FC.
Well, I think he's obviously going to be fairly frustrated and disappointed with what he saw in the opening 15 minutes. But obviously, with it being early in the game, you have to make sure you're not negative, you're not too down. You've got to say, listen guys, we know they've got some things to fix right now. Let's get them sorted in this second quarter and get off to the races again from an offensive perspective, because when we're going forward and we're going forward with numbers, we're obviously creating opportunities, and we know we can score goals, especially now that Mujan's here, who has just done wonderfully well holding the ball up, bringing other players into the game. And he's certainly got an eye for the goal, as well as we've seen in his debut game on the road at Harrisburg, and now here in front of the home fans. But I think we're going to see a lot of goals today. I think it'll be the nature of the afternoon in terms of attacking play. One thing that is fun to see is when both teams are just throwing bodies forward, and that's what's happened, and that's why there is all that space and opportunities to score. But if you want to win the game, you're going to have to tighten up a little bit and still have that clinical finishing on the other end of it.
Both of these teams average more than 6 goals per game. We saw 6 goals in the opening period alone. We're underway in the second. 4-2 lead for Orlando over Utica City FC. Cooper Boardman, Richard Shaw here with you. Lavisa Ubi-Parapovic with it for Utica City. Back to Ben Raymond. He was one of those first period goal scorers for UCFC. Loose on the left side. Raymond gets a touch on it. Now gets it right back along the half wall. Jake Schindler along with Bo Jelovic up top for UCFC's offensive attack. Curled into the corner. Knocked back towards center. Teams flip sides for the second period, by the way. Raymond towards the right. Jelovic on the wing, back up top.
Yeah, good start from Utica. Dominating possession in the opening minute. Just trying to find the gaps, keep knocking it around. The key is playing with speed, zip those passes in, create the openings, find those little passing lanes into the targets like Mujan here.
They feed it basically into the post. Off the right side, bounces in front, and then knocked home. Darren Toby had that one waiting for him on a platter, and he punches it through. It's a 1-goal game.
And this is what we've seen from Mujan. This is what he brings to the table. Again, not only holding the ball up, getting on the half turn, and just instinctively playing it off the boards into a very dangerous area. He knows that there's players in there. He knows Darren Toby's in there, and Toby there to pick up the scraps from him. Defensively, he's been solid, but to get forward and smash it into the back of the net, that's exactly what we're looking for in terms of goal-scoring opportunities in this game today.
Toby tallies his 4th goal of the season. UCFC back within 1. Utica City trailed by 2 goals in the first period, came back to tie the game up. Orlando responded, goes up 2. Now Utica City brings it to within 1. You mentioned it, Toby in his 7th MASL season, defensive leader, gets a goal there. Utica City nearly wins that one back away from Orlando. Loose on the left side wall. Played off the wall, back in front. Freitas takes a tumble, 3 defenders all around him, and 3 blue shirts come up with it. And now a whistle called. UCFC wants to play the advantage, but it's stopped. And Steven DeRue is irate. It was an advantage opportunity, quite possibly, for Utica City FC. The referee blows the whistle, and arms spread eagled all across that Utica City bench.
Yeah, it was a 4 versus 2, and then the tackle comes in, and it turns into a 3v1, and the referee stopping the play, absolutely preventing Utica from taking advantage of what was a very wonderful opportunity for them to get on level terms. But there is a blue card, which would have come anyway regardless. It's still a blue card offence. They could have let the play go on, find the back of the net. However, the referees made the decision, got to move forward, got to move on, and now utilise this power play 2-minute opportunity to get back on level terms.
It goes against Richard Schmermond, and now the first opportunity to see this Utica City FC power play. 47% for UCFC, that ranks 6th in the MASL, but it goes up against a SeaWolves penalty kill that's one of the best in the MASL.
Yeah, Schmermond doing a good job for his team there, to be honest.
Jelinek plays it in, alive in front and knocked high. Was wide open in front, and Toby couldn't punch it home. 8 seconds gone on this power play.
Yeah, similar opportunity for Darren Toby to what we saw with his goal, but that time the ball was bouncing a little bit more awkwardly.
Loose in front, an opportunity, moves left and then just off the wall. Golden chance for Tavernisi, just couldn't get enough on it to put it on net. 30 seconds gone to the power play, now on the break. Here's Schindler, moves left, puts it on, and it's stopped down by Piotr Sliwa.
Yeah, better energy though from Utica. They've certainly upped their tempo, found an extra gear. Orlando kind of under the cosh right now. As you can see, the defender goes for the header, and it nearly works out for Tavernisi, but they've still got over a minute to try and find a way through.
A power play goal in 5 of the last games for UCFC. Ubi Parapovic on the left side. Plays it right. Here's Jelinek back up top. Swing and just moved out to the left. Breakout opportunity. Coughlin gets to it though. The goalkeeper all the way out towards midfield. And UCFC retains possession. 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Rip and knocked down by the right hand of Sliwa. And then a foul against UCFC.
Yeah, Mugen there just in the corner trying to get his body in. Great play from Coughlin off his line, nice and alert. Important that he come and swept that ball up. But the energy again from Utica is much better now. It's what the fans here have expected each and every game. And now it's a case of having to continue on, try and get a goal within 20 seconds of this power play if they can.
18 seconds to go now on the power play. 1 goal deficit for UCFC. Jelinek has the giveaway, played off the wall. Breakout chance on a stretch pass, but Coughlin gets it there and sends it back towards center. 4 seconds to go on the power play. Ubi Parapovic knocked back away towards midfield. Now back to full strength for Orlando.
Yeah, great effort from Orlando. Good hard work from all their players, closing the ball down, denying the space. Other than the Darren Toby opportunity, there wasn't anything really clear-cut. Tavernisi went down, he got close. But credit to Orlando for keeping the ship steady.
Orlando has killed off now 11 of the 18 penalties it's faced, loose in front and sent away. 59% on that penalty kill, which ranks 11th in the MASL. Big stop there and still just a 1-goal lead for Orlando. Utica City FC continuing to press, knocked off the wall, loose in front on the right side. Player takes a tumble, no whistle, and still live on the right side. Finally, nearly cleared by Orlando. And finally, 3 players somersault into the corner, and it goes UCFC's way.
Yeah, Schindler that time, and this ball comes to player down. Referee's going to restart it. But yeah, Schindler battling hard in the corner with Mugen. Lots of tackles flying in. It certainly is an energetic type of game that we've got here.
Training staff will tend to an Orlando player. Not sure who's down in the corner over there, but that gives us a moment to catch our breath. It was a lot of goals in the opening period. In the second period's only seen one, but it's been just as entertaining. Power play chance for Utica City, staved off by the SeaWolves. And where we sit right now, 10:08 to play in the second period, a 4-3 lead for Orlando over Utica City. What have you seen from UCFC that's been a little bit more positive offensively, more pressure?
Yeah, I think, you know, after that first quarter, we talked about what would Coach Hall, or what should he be saying to his players. And I think he's got a response from them, which is very important. The energy's there, and definitely there's more tempo in terms of that closing down and putting Orlando under pressure. We've seen some wonderful things from Orlando individually. Gerson's been fantastic. Schmermund has obviously not only got on the score sheet, but he's been working hard.
Played in front and the knockback out towards center. The injured player for Orlando was Johnny Mendoza. Now the SeaWolves on the breakout, but knocked down by Toby. He gets it back at the yellow line, turns out of a pair of defenders. Stretch pass for Bordeaux. On the right side, centering feed, deflected and stopped. Wanted the handball, didn't get it from the referee. And now the SeaWolves turn the opposite way. Rojas past the defender, stays on his feet, flicks it in, bounces off of Coughlin and wide. Chance after chance, now City slows things down. Ubi Parapovic, cross-field pass. Schindler stops at the midfield line, and UCFC sets up its offense.
Yeah, Schindler that time deciding to let players interchange and sub in and out.
Getaway a rip, stop down, sliding effort. Back to the right side, Daru slices through a pair of defenders on the high wall in the corner. Bullied by a pair of defenders, and Schmerman comes away with it for the SeaWolves.
Yeah, Daru double teamed in the corner there. Very hard to come out with the ball.
Dangerous move there from Sliwas, gets away with it. SeaWolves in transition. Freitas up top. Flicks it left, a shot to score. Gordy Gerson with the right foot, and the SeaWolves lead back up to 2.
Yeah, Gerson was someone we just spoke about, and he makes no mistake there as they had the 3 versus 2 advantage and played it really well to the left-hand side. He just strikes it hard and low, hitting the target. Disappointing for Utica because they've had a wonderful spell there. But you know, we know Orlando very dangerous on the counter-attack, and that was proven there on that occasion. But you know, I tell you what a great game this is really today in terms of back and forth counter-attacking. The fans here will certainly be disappointed that that goal's gone in, but Utica really having a good go at it in terms of attacking in numbers. They've just got to keep that tempo going and again just try and tighten up a little bit at the back.
Gordy Gerson, the SeaWolves captain and leading scorer, tallies his 19th point of the season, 11th goal as well. 5-3 lead for the SeaWolves, 8:22 to go, second quarter. Orlando back with it. They average about just under 7 goals per game. They've got 5. We haven't even played a full half. Punched all the way back down off the wall. Coughlin waits for it there and scoops it up. Couple goals today. Coughlin hasn't really been able to do anything about it. Couple of rips from close range.
Yeah, he's certainly had some good tests in this game and somewhere he just couldn't do anything about it. But it just is very wide open right now, lots of space, and it's because both teams are just going for it. They're both attacking with numbers and pace, and you know, that's what this game's all about.
Eduardo Cruz, the man who's come on for Mendoza. Mendoza was injured in the corner, walked off under his own power. Nearly an opportunity, but the pass behind Kenaway. Knocked down by Yelovic. The captain with great pressure here. Forces a lofted pass loose on the right side in the attacking third for the SeaWolves. Raymond bounces it off the wall. Now a chance to attack for UCFC. Cut off, though, towards center. Elmo Nato into the game. He jogs back off, and on comes Alvarez. Under 7 to play, second period. 2-goal lead for the SeaWolves over Utica City. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday afternoon at the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica. Snowy day outside, a low of 4 degrees in Utica, but plenty beautiful inside the Adirondack Bank Center. 8 goals so far, plenty of heat. Toby hounded by a pair of defenders.
Yeah, you look at the high pressure from Orlando. 3 players across that yellow line in the final third, fighting, working hard, very industrious, trying to get the ball back. And it's a drop ball where Toby will try and clear it for Utica. And again, the Orlando players smother the area, looking to win the ball as they do.
Mendoza back in. He was the one who had to walk off under his own power after going down in the corner. He looks to be A-OK. But a giveaway for Orlando, and now an opportunity for Utica City. On the right side, played back to Kenaway, loses it, then tracked down by Bordeaux, puts it back up top. 6 minutes to go, second period. Schindler off left. Finds Mujin, and now a giveaway for Orlando. Alvarez down the sideline and then taken back by UCFC. Pace has slowed down considerably in this second period. UCFC still trailing by a couple of goals. 3 goals today, Raymond, Toby, and Mujin for UCFC here at home. That's knocked out of play. And that'll be a timeout on the field.
Yeah, and Coach Hall, I think, speaking to the referee about the opportunity of the defender clearing the ball from just in behind that yellow line, which if he had of, then that would be at the top of the box. But it went outside, and it will just be a start for Utica on the outside as Coach Hall tries to get his players to dig deep with just over 5 minutes left in this second quarter, being 2 goals down. I think they would be very happy to get it back within 1. But, you know, ideally, can they get back on level terms as they go into the half? That's obviously something that they'll be looking to try and do.
Utica City has had tons of sustained pressure in that attacking third, especially we saw it on the power play. But Orlando's done just enough to keep it out of there. Well, what does UCFC need to do now to finish?
Well, I think they've just got to be a little bit more clinical. The chance during the power play that fell to Toby just after he scored, where it was bouncing a little awkwardly, but I think it's that decision making in the final third, just being precise, choosing, selecting the right option, and then just finding the corners, finding the target, especially when you're close. We've seen Tavernise, he's been very busy in and around the goal, sniffing around, but I think it will come for Utica. But we've got to give it a lot of credit to Orlando, who have worked incredibly hard since restoring that 2-goal lead to keep the game where it's at. They've obviously got some fantastic individual talent that when they come together collectively, they're certainly a force and a team to be reckoned with. And at this point, it's just a case of battling it out, getting in half-time. Like we said, can Utica get back in within a goal, maybe even get it all square? If that is something they can reach, that would be fantastic for them, especially the way this game's lined up, because it really is a fantastic open encounter right now that all these fans in the Adirondack Bank Center are thoroughly enjoying.
Slavica, Ubi Parapovic set to take it for Utica City FC. Punches it in, loose in front, deflected wide right. Held to the corner by Daru, and he's knocked backwards. They'll take it off the restart.
Again, another chance for Tavernise with the scraps in front of the goal, and good defending from Orlando. This opportunity will be one that Utica look to try and put on goal after a potential pass.
Ubi Parapovic banks it off the boards. It was wide open a couple yards from the goal line, but sent away by the SeaWolves. The ball just hasn't really bounced the way of Utica City FC in this second period. Had plenty of chances out in front as we near the 5-minute mark. in this first half.
Yeah, I'll certainly make the prediction this game isn't ending 5-3, that's for sure. Especially the way that ball's just been bouncing around. Again, Tavernisi sniffing around in there. He's your key player for that type of situation. That's where he finds the majority of his goals.
Kenaway knocked down towards the wall there. And the infraction goes against the SeaWolves. Another set-piece chance for UCFC. Jake Schindler will be set to take it at the 4:58 mark. Rides it along the wall on that left side and easily pop back out. And it stays in play for Orlando. Schmerman, hounded by Daru. Daru takes it away. And a foul against Steven Daru.
Yeah, tough decision there for Utica. As that ball was bouncing, Schmerman and Daru battling. But a chance for Orlando to clear their lines.
8 shots on goal for Utica City, 6 for the SeaWolves. But it's Orlando who holds the 2-goal lead. Ball in the corner, along the half wall, and then pop back out. SeaWolves retain possession. Freitas all the way back to his goalie, Piotr Sliwa. Sliwa's made 5 saves so far. Getting a couple on some really big rips from Utica City in transition. Victor France falls to the ground. Utica City comes away with it, and a nice little defensive play for the right foot of Alvarez to send that one out of play and slow the fast break opportunity for UCFC.
Utica really looking to try and get another goal back here just before half-time.
Roberts a big rip. 6th save of the day for Sliwa. Still alive though, sent back in off the defense. A one-time try to score. Slavica Ubiparapovic with the left foot. 1-goal game once again.
When you talk about technique and this ball, when it pops up in the air and you see it's landing to Ubiparapovic, that's who you want it to be landing to. And I had no doubt in my mind that he would strike that ball cleanly on goal, and when you do in such a fashion, it tends to find its way in the back of the net, and that is a crucial goal for UCFC. As we see again here, loops up, falls ideal of him. Excellent technique there as he gets his knee over the ball, keeps it down, giving the goalkeeper absolutely no chance.
He had a sliver of space there to eke it just inside that left post, but he gets his 14th goal of the season, 5-4 game. Orlando on top, big rip on it off the left foot of Alvarez, Coughlin with the stop.
Yeah, and Utica just got to make sure they do not concede a goal before half-time.
Big time chance there for Utica, still live in front. Headed back out, stays towards the right side. Attacking pressure over and over again. Knocked in! Oh my, Darren Toby! He had no angle, it goes in anyway! Tie ball game in the second period.
Great work from Darren Toby in the corner. He never gave up. He won the initial tackle just around the yellow line, battles through like a bulldozer in the corner and just pokes it towards goal, off the boards, off the goalie, into the back of the net. And we said, can they get back in within one? If they can equalize, then it really is game on. And now at 5-5 with just 3 minutes and 23 seconds to play in this first half, it really is an exciting game that's open to anything.
He had 2 defenders in front of him, plus the goalie. Slithered it through those 2, off the goalie and in. His 2nd goal of the day, and once again, a brand new ball game.
Yeah, interestingly, Darren Toby's no stranger to attacking play. I know that he's certainly had some experience as being a target player in the past, but you know, he shows his quality, he shows his strength. One thing with Darren Toby that always impresses me is his unbelievable knack of being composed no matter what the situation is. And I'm talking about if you're the last defender and you've got 1 or 2 guys even on you, he stays composed, he finds that pass, he survives, he keeps with the ball. And then on the flip side of that, he's never timid in terms of getting forward and getting his body in, as we saw him win the initial ball, and then again just ploughing through in the corner and just getting it through on goal. Great finish from him. Great game here set up for these fans who are here in obviously the vast numbers. Great atmosphere and an exciting game unfolding here.
Darren Toby had 3 goals all season long entering the day. He has 2 today, including that game tire. 5-5 game for the Trinidad and Tobago native.
Time of the Utica City FC.
From an island about the size of Delaware. Puts that one home. 5-5 game, 3 minutes to go in the second period. Eduardo Cruz takes it for Orlando. Now the SeaWolves have to find a response of their own. Gave up a 4-goal run to St. Louis on Friday night. That was the difference in the game. Now here tonight they've given up a run, allowed UCFC to tie it. They dump it back into the attacking third. City clears, back towards center. 11 shots on goal for Utica City FC. They're out shooting the SeaWolves by 4 shots. You figured one of them would have to get in eventually, and finally 2 of them do to tie it.
Yeah, you kind of felt the goals were coming. Whether it was going to be 1 or 2, that was the question. And, you know, credit to Orlando, who have worked incredibly hard, but there's not been really much in between the 2 teams. I've got to be honest and say I think Utica have had the majority of the possession and chances over the last 10 minutes and, you know, even throughout that second quarter, if you like. But it's still open, and this game has certainly got the capability of going either way.
We've reached the 2-minute mark of the first half. Loose ball at center, picked up by Orlando, sliced off the left half wall. Gordy Gerson there for Orlando, and the SeaWolves come away with it. Rojas with the spinning move there, deals it back up top. Chance for Gerson, and an opportunity from the left side goes wide. Big blast from Eduardo Cruz, but just a little bit high. Coughlin at his right hand there as well. 1.5 minutes to go in the second. On the left side, pass is cut off. Loose in the corner. Down goes a Utica City FC player, Ubi Parapovic. Or rather, Jelovic. And the whistle goes the way of UCFC. It's been a relatively clean first half in terms of lack of cards. Just 1 power play opportunity between the 2 teams. Plenty of restarts, though. A relatively physical game, especially with a lot of big players up front for both teams. Jake Schindler has it at the point, just across midfield. Finds Logan Roberts, the Syracuse, New York native. Under 1 minute to play, second period. Stay with us for the start of halftime. We'll have Richard along with Darren Toby, who scored 2 goals in this game for UCFC, including that game tire. Still time, though, for both squads, and the way this first half has gone, you never know what's going to happen. Played up the right side and then dealt out of bounds. Goes off a fan in the front row. He's A-OK, brushes off that Utica City FC scarf, gets a little high five from Darren Toby as well. Clock frozen at 36 seconds. Second period, 5-5 game. Wafted pass towards center, and Piotr Sliwa plucks it out of the air, number 1 in orange. Rolls it up ahead. Down the right side. Victor France. Angled pass back towards center. Daylight on the left side, and down goes Johnny Mendoza. Logan Roberts, the guilty party, didn't like the call from the referee, but with 14.8 seconds to go in the half, an opportunity for the Orlando SeaWolves off of a set piece. Joshio Sandoval, one of the captains on this team, steps up, plays it in front, pass deflected, and it goes off the arm of Johnny Mendoza, a handball, and UCFC's ball. 12.7 seconds to go in the second. That's plenty of time. Both teams can attack very quickly, especially with Coughlin there in net. Can't clear it over all 3 lines, but he can certainly play it across midfield. Knocks it down the right side, and that went over the 3rd line. You can't kick it over 3 lines. It went over the first yellow line, the midfield line, and the second yellow line. Coughlin, the goalie, could throw it over that, but there was no one there to cut it off in front of the line. So Orlando takes it off the restart. We'll bring just about everybody forward possible. 9.6 seconds to go in the second. Big chance. Played out right. 7 seconds. Into the corner with 5. Still alive. And then cross back with 2. One last chance on net. And that one will not count, despite the fact it goes in off the foot of Eduardo Cruz. What an opening half between these two teams. 10 combined goals. Now, these two teams average about 6-7 goals per game. We've got 5 goals between UCFC and Orlando through just 2 periods of play. Richard Shaw is down on the field with 2 goal scorer, Darren Toby down in the field. Richard, take it away.
Time interview, Richard!
Thank you, guys. Joining me now is Darren Toby. Darren, just quickly, defensively, obviously, there's been a few chances that we've given up. What do we need to tighten up and stop that?
Just got to get a little bit tighter on our marks and make it difficult for them. Don't give them easy shots and force them to play negative.
Obviously, on the flip side, lots of opportunities for us. We've got to keep that going in the second half. What's the message to the guys at halftime?
Just keep fighting, keep digging in. Don't make it easy for them. Now even the score, just keep going forward from here on.
Congratulations on the goals. Good luck second half. Thank you, Darren.
Darren Toby along with Richard Shaw. He has 2 goals to pace all scores, and it is a 5-5 game between Utica City FC and the Orlando SeaWolves. We'll take a break, get some coffee, whatever you got to do, catch your breath. 10 goals in the opening period. We'll take a break and get you ready for the second period in moments. You're watching MASL TV.
Gentlemen, give it up for the Citron Street Team. At this time, please welcome onto the field. It's time for our AYSO Soccer Halftime Game, brought to you by Davidson of Rome. This afternoon, we have with us today AYSO Canastota. Fans, if you look up enjoy all of the Utica City FC action European style from field level. The Corona Premier Beer Garden is the only place at the Adirondack Bank Center to watch the game from field level, right up against the board. For just $25 a ticket, you receive access to the Beer Garden Irish Pub, as well as all-you-can-eat authentic German food. Feeling lucky? Don't forget to take your shot at the 50-50 drawing benefiting the Save the Day Foundation. Winner receives half the pot while the other half goes directly to charity. Buy your tickets along the concourse or from any of the sellers wearing the neon green shirts. Winner will be announced in the fourth quarter. Fans, while you're getting social today, text a picture to UCFCme. You might see yourself on Utica City FC's website, social media, or up on the video boards. Fans, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and give us a like on Facebook to stay updated on all Utica City FC news and events. Are you a group interested in a Sunday fun day? Utica City FC welcomes all groups, birthday parties, school groups, local businesses, family reunions, sports teams, and more to the Adirondack Bank Center this winter for their inaugural season. We offer dynamic pricing for groups in addition to various group amenities. Call or visit the box office today for more information. In search of Super Bowl plans? Look no further. 72 Tavern is the only place to watch the Super Bowl 53. Space is limited, so call now to reserve your seats. 72 Tavern, serving you the Super Bowl, serving you sports. Come and visit the official Utica City FC team store. We have jerseys, hats, soccer balls, and plenty of accessories to outfit you, your friends, and family this winter. Head over to the team store behind section 203 for your official team gear now.
Empire Recycling Corporation. More than 100 years of responsible metal and paper recycling. Our top priority is to remain committed to the environment, our community, and to our great team of employees. 5 generations strong, a leader in the recycling industry. We've grown from recycling rags to an empire of 9 divisions across New York State. And we're proud to have our home right here in Utica. Empire Recycling Corporation and the Empire family of companies.
Hey, Utica FC fans, if you're looking to score a deal on your next car, truck, or SUV, come see us at Davidson of Rome. Score the perfect hat trick. Silverados up to $10,700 off. Equinox from just $249 a month. Encores from only $239 a month. Go!
Our customers are our biggest fans for a reason. Join our team and let us help you save big on your next vehicle at Davidson of Rome. Nice people to do business with.
This is Dr. Todd Battaglia, fellowship-trained member of the sports medicine team at Syracuse Orthopedic Specialists. I have access to 27 partners who are dedicated to sports medicine, work-related, and recreational injuries. That's the power of SOS. 28 physicians committed to helping you heal and getting you back to your regular activities as quickly as possible. Find out what SOS Sports Medicine can do for you. See sosbones.com today or call 251-3100. That's 251-3100.
Do you and your vehicle a favor this winter and move to Deerfield Place. You'll never have to shovel snow and ice off your car again. Enjoy your own connected garage with every brand new apartment or townhome. Deerfield Place is pet friendly with on-site management and 24-hour maintenance services and features a luxurious community clubhouse with a state-of-the-art fitness center and a heated outdoor swimming pool. Deerfield Place is centrally located near downtown Utica. Stay warm and dry this winter at Deerfield Place. There's no place like it.
Our goal is to provide quality care under one roof, and that's exactly what we do every day here at Slocum Dixon. If a patient needs to be referred to a specialist, needs an x-ray or blood work, we can conveniently coordinate their care. Our electronic health records are integrated, which provides our team of over 60 physicians the ability to efficiently deliver high-quality, cost-effective care to our patients. We are Slocum Dixon Medical Group, providing generations of quality care under one roof.
game between Utica City FC and the Orlando SeaWolves. Thanks for joining us on a snowy Sunday afternoon in central New York. But so far, 10 goals in 30 minutes of play. What do you expect for half number 2?
Well, I expect exactly the same thing, to be honest, because both teams are going to be going at it. They want to win this game, especially coming off losses, as we saw Harrisburg beating UCFC on Friday night and St. Louis beating the Orlando SeaWolves over, a very tight encounter. So without doubt, both teams are going to go for the jugular and really try and win this game. So I think it's going to be very exciting. It's what these fans here, you talk about the weather, very snowy outside. Great place to be on a Sunday afternoon in a nice warm arena, watching some wonderful, exciting soccer.
Already pretty open play to get things rolling. Darren Toby up top, plays it in towards center. Couple players clatter together, and Utica City comes away with it in the midfield. 14:39 remaining, third period. 5-5 game between Utica City FC and Orlando SeaWolves. Cooper Boardman, Richard Shaw with you on MASL TV. 2-on-1 the opposite way for UCFC. On the right side, Raymond shoots, deflected away. Gets it back on the yellow line, played along the wall. Bordeaux jockeys for position, goes off of his shin guard, just pinballing back and forth, hit the referee, and finally the Seawolves come away with it, clearing effort successful, at least momentarily. Bordeaux and kind of guides it back in. Seawolves take over.
Yeah, good opportunity there for Ben Raymond to go forward with speed, aggression, and you look to try and find that far post in that situation, especially when Tavernisi's sniffing around. But the goalkeeper was equal to it, and this game all tied up at 5 apiece with what will undoubtedly be a very exciting quarter of soccer here at the Adirondack Bank Center.
You mentioned Ben Raymond. He tallied a goal in that first half. That played up towards the right side, centering feed, knocked out of play. Kenaway got a pretty good rip on it, had a man open, but the right foot of Osvaldo Rojas was waiting for it. Now a set-piece chance for UCFC.
Yeah, Kenaway striking it across the goal. Cruz in the right place as well.
No one on the other end of that pass, went right between a couple of UCFC players. Darren Toby gets it off the pass from Coughlin. Toby had 2 goals in that first half. 3 goals all season entering the day as well. Utica City trailed by 2 goals at 2 different points in the first 2 periods. Rallied to tie things up. Toby had the game tire from the corner. And now we're all knotted up at 5. Under 13 to play in the third period. 15-minute periods here in the MASL.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Utica can get their noses in front for the first time in this game, because you ask the question whether it will change the complexity of it in terms of the strategic approach.
Mistimed hit there from Rojas, and UCFC gets it back. Giroux tries to clear, plays it towards center, and Orlando nearly took it back away, but now transition play. Tavernisi back towards center, looking right, plays it that way, cross pass, and knocked away. Golden chance for Ubi Parapovic, but Piotr Sliwa was waiting for it. But now a blue card comes out. Looks like a power play is coming up for Utica City.
Yeah, and the Orlando players, especially Gerson, very upset and frustrated. Schmerman's in there as well. And Sandoval is also pleading the case. But Utica at that time going forward with numbers, and the advantage was played to give Ubi Parapovic the opportunity to get Utica in front. But now that blue card has come out, it looks as if Utica have a optimal situation here, as I think Gerson is still arguing the cause as the referee is going to go over. They're going to talk it out. I'm not going to speculate what's going on. It's a little testing for Orlando right now. I think mentality-wise they've got to keep themselves together. But it is a power play opportunity. There's 2 minutes on the clock, and what a great chance for UCFC to get the lead for the first time in this game.
Set piece chance, deflected home! Slavica Ubi Parapovic, his left foot gives UCFC the lead.
A great finish from him. He knew exactly what he was doing, keeping it nice and low. It looks like it took a little deflection on its way in, which gave the keeper no chance. Yeah, just off the heel. And it just finds itself guiding towards the corner as Ubi Parapovic goes into the beer garden, celebrating with the fans, and rightly so. Utica now in front for the first time in this game. Can they build on it? Can they extend their lead? Can they put it to bed, so to speak? But again, as the defender puts his leg out, sometimes it's dangerous to do that. You're trying to block it, but it can go the other way and be a disadvantage, as it was that time. And 6-5 to Utica. They've worked hard to get themselves in this position, especially with as many shots as they've had. Fantastic for them now to really go and build on this lead.
Second goal for the Bosnian. 15 goals on the season for Slavica Ubi Parapovic. Utica City has its first lead of the day on a power play goal. That's a power play goal, by the way, in 6 of the last 9 games for UCFC. A nice goal and a nice lead for UCFC. 6-5, 11:59 to play in the third period. UCFC has outshot Orlando in this one by 7 shots, 14-7, and finally starting to fall for City.
Yeah, they've had to certainly battle it out and find a way to overcome Orlando to get this lead, but Orlando aren't going to sit back. They're going to keep bombing forward and keep battling. We've seen them come back from situations like this all season, and they'll keep trying to put themselves in a good spot.
Swipe for UCFC trying to score, but it's knocked away. Jelic had a big rip from it from the right side, blocked down. Good defensive work from Edwin Rojas. Now we'll run out the opposite way. Alvarez from the left side, blocked by Coughlin. Skipping ball at the yellow line is nubbed back into the corner. Kenaway gets it for UCFC, and that's a little move there from Schindler, who gets around a defender, gets around the referee.
Yeah, Schindler just nicking it around Freitas, who's done well on that left-hand side for Orlando.
Logan Roberts is knocked to the ground, was backing his way into Joshio Sandoval and did enough to draw the foul. Another Orlando player down on the ground. 10:44 to go in the third period. 6-5 lead for Utica City over Orlando. First lead of the day for Utica. Training staff will go out and tend to the injured player. Looks like Diego Freitas lying down on the left side there. But for Utica City, and we talked about it throughout that first half, they controlled the game. They just weren't getting the bounces that they needed. And finally, Slavica Ubi Parapovic gets the bounce that Utica City needs and puts it home.
Yeah, I think the scoreline is certainly a fair reflection on what we saw in the first half and in these opening 4 or 5 minutes of the second half. You know, you look at some of the players that Orlando have got. Freitas, who's, again, I just spoke about him, he's done well. Alvarez, again, Gerson, always in the thick of the action as a captain, making sure his team don't sit back. But that time it was Logan Roberts working hard to try and not only win the ball but then keep possession, which he did. And now you feel that UCFC have a wonderful opportunity to get forward and try and get a little bit of distance behind themselves and Orlando so they can really get a grip of this game. I think we've seen them kind of gain an advantage from a possession standpoint, but they just got to keep working hard.
Takeaway in the midfield on the block down from Mujin. Working in transition, 3-on-3. Slips it right into the corner and played back out. On the right side, Bordeaux. Back and forth with Jelic and then all the way back down. Utica City gets better as the game goes on. Mujin nearly had a chance at it, but had it out of play. And Utica City is going to have an opportunity in the attacking third and the set piece from up top.
Yeah, good direct ball there from the back into the target of Mugen. Defensively, Orlando just doing enough to keep it at bay.
Giveaway there, and it's picked up by Mendoza. Bounces it off the wall in transition. Mendoza on the wing. Plays it off the right side wall, and no one on the opposite end for Orlando. UCFC looking to clear. Toby dances past the defender across his own yellow line, but a pass cut off. Orlando still only down one. They've shown they can score, and the foul against Bordeaux. No card, but set piece chance coming up for the SeaWolves. Orlando made the most of its opportunities, and it has this entire game. 8 shots on goal, 5 of those 8 have found the back of the net. Let's see what they can do with this chance. Richard Schmerman steps up, plays it over towards the corner, back towards the top, Eduardo Cruz. Back to Schmerman, St. Louis native. Off the half wall, 1 chance, 2 chance, no. Stays with it, 3rd chance, trickles towards the goal line, no goal! Coughlin somehow kept it out.
Great instincts from Coughlin just to deny Orlando. That ball was certainly close to going over the line. But like a cat, Coughlin keeps his hands on it and pounces. As you see, it's questionable. From up here, it looked like it wasn't over the line from that angle. Again, it's debatable. But the referee was right there on hand, and his decision is final. Unfortunately for UCFC, the referee says no goal, and they keep their lead.
Gargantuan stop for Coughlin. Now tested again nearly, but it's blocked away on the shot from Chiego Freitas. Loose on the right side, UCFC has it. Knocked back towards the midfield, but now more attacking play. Orlando putting on the pressure. Here's Daylight. Big rip up top. Second chance is deflected by Rojas, and now Rojas goes down. Knocked by Kenaway, and the infraction against UCFC.
Yeah, Rojas that time. He's been very dangerous for Orlando. Going forward, finding those pockets of space. This one is a good opportunity, and there was certainly some type of infringement, but Utica now are going to have to survive for 2 minutes.
Number 28, Freddie Mugen.
First power play chance of the day for Orlando. Mugen goes to the box. And as you said, man advantage chance coming up for the SeaWolves. 3rd best power play in the MASL, converting at a 53% clip. Here's Freitas to take it. Wall right in front of him. Instead dealt left, shot blocked down by Coughlin. Alive on the wing. Another try, again deflected back out. Gordy Gerson couldn't eke it through. Mouton serving the penalty time. Freitas to the left, faked by Gerson, alive on the right side, bounced off the wall. Orlando retains possession. SeaWolves down 1, but up a man right now on the power play. Foul, it was Jelevic jockeying for position along with Victor Franz. Franz off the restart, 1:30 to go in the power play, 8:15 to go in the period. In the corner, up top, good nice defensive slide there from Jelevic. Sends it back towards the midfield. Franz on the right side, ekes a pass to the left side, knocked up and out of play.
Yeah, great block from Toby. Ben Raymond working extremely hard on that side, as is Nate Bordeaux and Jelevic, who really need to try and see this out. With just over a minute of the power play left. They've done well so far. This will be a moment for Coach Ryan Hall with just under 8 minutes to go. Use the official timeout to get them organized, get them working hard, and maybe even give 1 or 2 of them a breather. Ben Raymond, as I said, working hard when he won the ball a couple of times, tried to knock it forward into the corners, trying to give them a bit of time. But nonetheless, Orlando, give them credit. They've led the lead. They've had time and time again to preserve it, and now they find themselves a goal down. They've not sat back. They've kept working hard, And again, we've got a great game on here as this second half unfolds.
Well, the Utica Comets would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter, a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and the MASL2. 7:59 remaining third period, 6-5 lead for Utica City over Orlando. The SeaWolves currently on a power play. 1:12 remaining on that power play. It's Freddie Mugin serving that time for UCFC. Now the SeaWolves up a man, come off the set piece.
Yeah, and with that breather, the Utica go with the same defensive form. Yellowbacks, Toby, Ben Raymond and Nate Bordeaux. Coughlin ready for this now with just over a minute of the power play to survive.
Gordy Gerson, the captain, already has a goal today. He'll trigger from the corner. Plays it back towards the top. Freitas to the right. Fronts back to Freitas. 1 minute to go on the power play. Back to the corner, deflected. Raymond slices it through a pair of defenders for UCFC. Knocks a man off the wall. Gerson falls into the half wall there.
Yeah, Gerson and Raymond coming together, not much in it.
Franz nearly teed it up, hesitated, and then Coughlin gobbles that one up. Coughlin throws it all the way back down, across the third line, and Freitas clatters into the boards, and the foul goes against UCFC.
Yeah, the home fans not happy with the decision. Logan Roberts goes bursting forward on the diagonal run as Coughlin finds him, a target, trying to just waste a little bit of time. Roberts flicks it on to the boards and then gives the Orlando player a little nudge, nothing in it too much. I think it was Sandoval, but the referee keeping his cards in his pocket, which is fortunate for UCFC because you do see those things given.
20 seconds to go on the Orlando power play. Giveaway, stop back down. Here's Freitas, trickles a pass to the right. Cut off in the corner. Utica City trying to clear. Along the boards, tied up there. Ball squirts loose, at least for the moment, then guarded back down against the high wall. 2-1, that'll do it for the power play. Utica City staves it back off, back to full strength. Orlando still in the attacking third. Nearly a diving effort by Gerson. UCFC in transition, but knocked back away. Good defensive work from Gerson, nearly lost. Now a yawning net, but couldn't get it on net. Cross pass to Ubi Peripovic, and he missed it left. Was looking for an open man. Now he gets it back and knocks it home. Might have been tipped by Mugin in front. Nonetheless, it's a 2-goal lead for UCFC.
Fantastic play from Utica. I kind of felt the fact that Orlando had been on the attack throughout the whole power play, obviously, and then the chance to counter and talk about composure. Ubi Parapovic again, tucking it under. Whether Mugin got a touch on it, pretty insignificant. Obviously from him, he likes to score goals, probably more significant for him. But in regards to the scoreline and this game, absolutely not important, because that goal giving UCFC now a 2-goal cushion. Wonderful stuff, and I think it was Joe Roberts streaming on the field there with a flag. Everyone extremely excited here. Great celebrations, the fans absolutely loving it, and a great result to survive the power play and then get a goal to come back and do that. A lot of credit to this side for seeing it out.
Now back on the attacking portion for Utica City. That one goes wide. They do credit the goal to the Bosnian. Ubi Peripovic tallies his third of the day. Utica City has its largest lead of the afternoon as well. It's 7-5, under 6 minutes to play in the third period. And now it's Orlando's chance to respond. We mentioned the run they gave up on Friday night, a 4-0 run to St. Louis. You can say it over and over again. That was the difference in that game. Well, here tonight, they've given up a big run to UCFC. And right now, well, there's still a good 20 minutes left to decide this one. And with 12 combined goals through 2 periods plus, you have a feeling that's not going to be the final goal of the day.
Yeah, and you know, each game that we've watched here at the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica, you see that there's always a time where the next goal is absolutely crucial. I think we're at that point now where with 5 minutes left in this third quarter, 2-goal advantage, Orlando pushing forward, certainly capable of getting a goal back. But if UCFC can extend their goal lead to 3, then we could be really in business in terms of securing the victory here in Utica.
Gordy Gerson was called for the push there. That gives UCFC the ball back. Throw goes into the attacking third, back to the corner. A couple players jockeying for position. Gerson gets to it there, captain a touch. And played back up ahead, here come the SeaWolves. Gerson in transition, dances past the defender, gets upended, no call, wanted it, didn't get it. Utica City gives it back away. Here's Gerson, left side, trickle pass to the corner. Wide open net, Coughlin got knocked down, goes into Gerson on the corner. And a card is upcoming.
Yeah, you could see that ball falling kindly for Orlando. Coughlin, no choice other than to go and close it down. And you can see as he goes in for the diving block, it looks as if there's some contact. And you can see Coughlin very apologetic. Great to see from him. He's certainly a great sport, and Cruz it was who was on the receiving end of it. Yeah, it was certainly late. I know Coughlin would never go in like that trying to hurt anyone, but in terms of Cruz's response, credit to him. But now Utica have got to survive again as this power play is against them.
And because the infraction is against Coughlin, somebody else will serve the time. Lucas Heffron, number 9 in blue, goes to the box. And now a man advantage opportunity, but off the restart, a foul against Orlando. Big change of possession, UCFC ball, down a man.
Yeah, Rojas there, and Ben Raymond just getting close, and the referee giving UCFC the benefit of the doubt.
Kicked across 3 lines by Coughlin, so Orlando will take it back the opposite way, a giveaway for UCFC.
Yeah, we'll see that ball on the yellow line. An opportunity for them to just set something up with the extra player.
Power play chance for the SeaWolves. Again, it's a power play that ranks top 3 in the MASL. Shot on net is gobbled up by Coughlin. He'll fire it out for transitional play across the yellow line, attacking third. Raymond in the corner, wards off Freitas, moves left, deals it right, some daylight. Roberts elected not to take the shot, doubled back into the corner, gets run up against the wall. Squirts it towards goal, and the foul against Utica City.
Yeah, things getting a little heated now, and you kind of expect that with the score the way it is, the tenacity shown from both sides. But what about that speed and that burst and the determination from Ben Raymond to get on the end of that ball? Then he keeps up, he keeps his composure, sees Logan Roberts, tries to play it to him, and Roberts just looking to maybe keep it in the corner.
2 teams that lost on Friday night. Utica City at Harrisburg, Orlando in heartbreaking fashion against St. Louis. Both teams trying to stave off another loss. And it looks as though a foul goes against Utica City.
Yeah, and this is where players have just got to stay calm, keep their heads, stay composed, stay focused on their jobs. Don't get caught up in any silly business. They certainly can't afford Utica to lose another player. Regardless of those decisions from referees, got to stay with it. Don't give anything else away.
About a minute to go on this power play. Down into the corner, Gerson bangs it off the wall, sent away by Utica City. Back heel try goes wide. 55 seconds to go. Power play chance for Orlando. Utica City's already killed one off today. Freitas jumps right, zips it left, shot goes high. Big rip from Victor France, way over the top of the net, and UCFC has it.
Yeah, France there doing Utica a massive favour as Coughlin now can launch the ball in search of Tavanisi into the corner.
Attacking play the other way. That shot goes high from Jake Schindler. 39 seconds to go on this power play. Both teams have had 2 power play opportunities. Utica City is 1 for 2. Orlando 0 for 1, 30 seconds away from going 0 for 2. CFC defensively has been so strong, especially in this third period, has yet to allow a goal. To the corner for Gerson, big rip, still alive on the left side, and then kicked back out. 15 seconds to go on the power play.
Yeah, Toby again there with an important touch.
In front, diving stop by Coughlin. Back to the corner, still alive, and Coughlin gobbles it up. Card comes out, and now some pushing and shoving. More cards, a sea of both blue and yellow. Everyone converges on the right side.
Yeah, and this is what I was talking about. You could sense it, you could feel it heating up out there. The tackles have started to go in this time. Coughlin with a great save. The ball goes back into the box area. The tackle comes in, it's a little late. Schindler's on top of the player. The blue card comes out, which I believe is for the Orlando player. We'll get that confirmation shortly, but he's down. He's still hurting from the contact with Coughlin, even though it did look like he came in late. But Schindler was over the top, and I think now we have the goalkeeper for Orlando, Sliwa, coming in, giving his advice and input. Just everyone needs to just calm down in terms of doing nothing silly. These are one of them situations where it's easily to get out of control, but right now everything looks like it's been organized well by the officials.
Officials will go over and have a conversation with the off-field officials as well. As we stand, 2 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the third period. Utica City leads it 7-5. Right now, Orlando is on a power play. There's 6 seconds remaining on the power play. The goalie for Utica City, Andrew Coughlin, made a couple of key stops there, and then a big pile up just to the right of the net. Now some more extracurriculars.
Just got to get Schindler out of there. Let everyone calm down a little bit. Tempers have certainly flared, and you know, you want to see energy, you want to see competitiveness, and we're certainly seeing that here. But that decision from the referee, I think it was the right one. You know, you don't want to penalize forwards for just trying to get in there and win the ball, but it was a little late. You can see why the referee's given that decision. But now what it means is that Orlando, who are 2 goals down, will now be equal in numbers for 6 seconds, and then they will be down a player for 1 minute and 54 seconds.
So Joshio Sandoval, the captain from Indiana, goes to the box. So, as you said, 6 seconds of even strength, both teams down a man, and then 1 minute and 54 seconds of a power play for Utica City. Huge turn of events in a game that has featured 12 goals in 2+ periods, nearly 3.
Yeah, decisions have been made by the referees. Discussions are still taking place. Tavanisi is there. Bojelovac and Schindler, now they've now made the decision that Schindler, who was on top of Sandoval when he was down, Sandoval, on the corner play, he now has got 2 minutes, so it's kind of back and forth, and now it will be a situation where Orlando aren't going to have to survive for 1 minute 54 seconds.
So Schindler, after a deliberation, a lengthy one, goes to the box as well. So it will be 6 seconds of 4-on-3, the advantage to the SeaWolves. And then it will be 4-on-4 soccer for the remaining 1 minute and 54 seconds. And in a game that has already been so open and so much transitional play, to take 2 less players, and now they're going to send another Utica City player to the box as well.
Well, yeah,
Orlando player as well.
Yeah, so obviously, listen, this is the MASL, and There are going to be blue cards. There are going to be 2-minute penalties. And when there's multiple 2-minute penalties, this is why maths was so important when you went to school.
Of
because
course.
you need to now start doing not only some mathematical calculations, but you need
can handle that?
You need some logics. You need some if-then statements. And what we have here now is obviously a situation where both teams just got to get composed, get things together, and just work hard. So now what's going to happen is we're going to see UCSC with an advantage for 1 minute and 54 seconds.
We're just seeing how confusing we can make it. Took lots of time to get there, but at the end of it all, right now for the next 6 seconds, 4 Orlando players on the field plus the goalie, 3 for Utica City FC. And the man will come back on in 6 seconds. Coughlin to play it back in, fires it all the way down. 3, 2, and 1. And now the Utica City FC player rejoins, and it will be 4-on-4 for the next 1 minute and 45 seconds. That'll certainly open things up a little bit as well.
Yeah, what was already an open game with lots of attacking opportunities will really start to open things up further, and you kind of feel that this will favor Utica more just by the way they have the pace, the targets going forward, and not taking anything away from Orlando. Things are certainly heated up out there. I'm just watching 1 or 2 key players who, you know, have a tendency to get a little excited and upset when things and decisions aren't going their way. The message from, I think, both coaches has to be, guys, keep your composure right now. It's absolutely crucial with 1 minute and 35 seconds left in this third quarter that we keep our heads and don't give anything away, because both teams are still capable of winning this game.
That was Jelevic that couldn't connect for Utica City. 54 seconds remaining on both penalties. 4-on-4 soccer right now at Adirondack Bank Center. Highly entertaining, highly confusing, and again, highly entertaining third period. Orlando in yellow back on the offensive attack. They dump it back in. Loose ball in the corner. Rung up the wall. Utica City player goes down, and away with it comes Daru. Dumps it back for Jelevic around a defender. Ekes it up ahead for Bordeaux. Now Daru. 20 seconds to go on the power, or rather on the 4-on-4.
Yeah, this is where Utica just got to get control, get a grip of things, here at home especially. Boss the game, control it.
Back to the right side, 5 seconds to go in this 4-on-4. Into the corner. Wooten turns, has it deflected. 30 seconds to go now, both teams back to full strength. 5-on-5 regular soccer at this stage. Schindler dumps it into the corner. Off the deflection, Mujin has it. 1-on-1 with his defender, bangs it off the boards, alive in front. Swing and a miss from Ubi Parapovic. Still alive though. Jelevic bangs it off the boards himself, and Orlando comes away with it.
Yeah, one of the most important options when you're in the corner with the ball is just to play it. I know we've talked about it time and time again, but just to play it off the boards. And Mujin, we mentioned, had so much success against Harrisburg in regard to that, and we've seen the same here, where again he puts the ball in a very, very uncomfortable situation for Orlando, where they almost give up that 8th goal of the game.
We talked seemingly ad nauseum about where these two teams are. Utica City on its longest losing streak of the season, 2 games. Loss on Friday night at Harrisburg, a team that we talked about, a team that on paper Utica City probably should have beaten. Orlando, the heartbreaker against St. Louis on Friday night, where the ambush scored with under 10 seconds to go to win it. And now that kind of sets the stage for this one. Utica City, the big comeback, not only to tie it at 5 at halftime, but to surge into the lead in that third period to make it 7-5. Then we saw tempers flare, lots of emotions, and that now sets the stage for the 4th and final period of regulation.
Yeah, it really is exciting here. As you can see, this place has been busy today in terms of the fans interacting with the players, really showing their support. And from their perspective, they have certainly got a great return on their investment making the trip here to the Adirondack Bank Center, because not only have they seen an exciting game, they've seen a game that's demonstrated a tremendous commitment from both sets of players. A credit to them, a credit to Orlando, who obviously have made the trip up here from warmer weather, greeted by the usual snow that we see at this time of year. But take nothing away from them, they have been absolutely at it. And you know, do you want to see the arguments and the discussions with the referees and the tackles flying in? You don't really want to see it. You don't really need it. But what it does demonstrate is a complete commitment and desire to win, and that's what we've seen on display here today in the MASL. What a great game, and this is what it's all about.
Utica City 8-4 overall, 5-1 home record on the line. Orlando 3-4 overall, 1-1 on the road this season, trying to get to 2-1 but down 2 goals. Utica City FC trying to grab that 6th home victory here in front of a packed house at the Adirondack Bank Center. Well, get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you're following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. 7-5 lead for Utica City over Orlando. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday afternoon on MASL TV. Cooper Boardman and Richard Shaw here with you. 12 goals through 3 periods of play at the Adirondack Bank Center. We've got 15 minutes left to decide this one between UCFC and Orlando. UCFC in the home blues, Orlando in the yellow, and it will be Utica City with the opening possession of this 4th period. Underway in the final frame. Utica City rallied from down 2 goals to tie it and then take a 2-goal lead. Now it's the SeaWolves' turn to try to find a response. City has the opening possession of this 4th period. A whistle and a push goes against Orlando in the corner. The infraction against Joshio Sandoval.
Yeah, Tavanesi in the corner holding it up, laying it off, and then just getting clipped by Sandoval. And the opportunity here now to play it off the boards, as we see.
Couldn't do too much with it, but Tavernisi gets it back. Swarmed by 3 yellow jerseys. Loose ball is punched all the way up ahead. Coughlin out of net, blocks it down with his hip.
Yeah, great touch from Coughlin. Great composure.
Raymond jockeying for position with Osvaldo Rojas right in front of the half wall. Rojas took a big tumble. We'll see if the card comes out. Referee calls time, no card, at least for the moment.
Yeah, and the sting very much still in this game as Raymond and Rojas battling it out. You could see by Raymond's reaction, he certainly got caught, but it looks as if like it came after the ball kind of went, so the referee right on track there. They've done a good job. Let's give them credit here because it's not been an easy game to officiate. A lot of back and forth physically.
Rojas rips, stopped by Coughlin. Loose on the left side, an outlet pass up ahead. Knocked towards attacking play. The 2 players collided, whistle, and both went down. Bordeaux crashed into an Orlando player. The SeaWolves man is still down. Training staff comes out. Let's see, more contact, maybe more cards.
Yes, Nate Bordeaux, very brave. Knew he was getting to the ball first, gets his head on it, and then gets knocked down. There seems to be some kind of clash, but if I'm not mistaken, it looks as if Orlando are going to be potentially down a guy for 2 minutes, which could be absolutely huge for Utica in terms of getting this win here at home.
Mendoza was down earlier in this game, all the way back in the 1st period, and he's the one down right now in front of the referees on the sideline. Clock is frozen at 14:07 to play. Rather, that's Schmerman. He's also been down in this game as well. 14:07 to play in the 4th period. 7-5 lead for Utica City over Orlando. The first period featured a lot of goals. The second period, a little bit less. Third period, lots of extracurriculars as well as a Utica City comeback. And now the fourth period, starting pretty much the same way.
Cooper very politely put, and I think that both teams have been giving everyone here exactly what they want to see in terms of that commitment and just battling to win the ball. Great to see Bordeaux talking there, just calming things down, saying, hey, listen, we just came together. That's the nature of the sport. There's no doubt Bordeaux got there first, managed to nick it, but great attitude from both sets of players and a fantastic contest here in this final quarter as UCFC try and maintain this 2-goal lead.
And it will be a power play for Utica City. And that's huge, not only because they have a 2-goal lead, but it will allow them to hold on to the ball a little bit longer, keep the SeaWolves from attacking as well. It's power play today for Utica City FC. That is 1 of 2. But UCFC has a power play goal in 6 of its last 9 games after that goal earlier today by Ubi Parapovic.
Yeah, the referee's still just having a little discussion. We'll let them take care of their business as we'll just look from here, and we'll see an opportunity for UCFC to make sure they take care of business on the field. They've certainly shown great character to come back from a 2-goal deficit, to put themselves in front and give them a cushion.
It's the 3rd blue card of the day for Schmerman, so his day is done. That all chalks up to a red, and it'll be UCFC. That's a big loss as well. Schmerman had a goal to open the scoring all the way back in the first period, but he is off. UCFC up a man and has a 2-goal advantage.
So Schmerman, who has been in the thick of the action all afternoon, has to go, to the delight of the home fans. But he's put in a great performance today, regardless of the blue cards. He's been involved in a lot of the attacking play, creating opportunities. But now it's a tactical momentum for UCFC, and yes, certainly they can keep the ball and take 2 minutes off the clock, but make no mistake, they'll be looking for that 3rd goal cushion, which will surely allow them to see this game out if they get it.
Yeah, that 3rd goal would be massive. 2-goal, well within striking distance for the SeaWolves. UCFC already a power play goal here today. 1 minute and 26 seconds remaining on the power play, 13:30 to go in the 4th period. Here's Toby, he's got 2 goals today. Deals to the corner, back up top. Big rip on net from Ubi Parapovic, goes high and wide. And back to Orlando, 1:16 to go on the man advantage. Lofted toss out towards the midfield. Controlled by Rojas, who turns out a bit, 1 back away. And UCFC back on the offensive attack. Schindler dances across the midfield line. 1 minute to go in the power play for UCFC. This season converting at a 47% clip. A weak shot inside is caught by Sliwa. Passes up ahead, cut off though. Here comes Bordeaux on the right side. Plays it left. Daylight on the left side, put inside and then knocked back away by Sliwa, who was waiting for it. Pulled down the corner. Bordeaux at the point, fakes right, goes left. Ubi Parapovic rips just high. Goes up and out of play.
Yeah, Ubi Parapovic rattling the crossbar there, really puts everything behind it. But good attacking play from UCFC with the extra man advantage. Orlando just looking to see it out. It is a pivotal moment, you feel, in this game if they can get over the line with the player that's out. And now a decision for the referee.
Couple of players battling for space right in front of that bench, and Osvaldo Rojas kind of was leaning into the Ben Raymond, the defender for Utica City. He goes down. And off the restart, Orlando has it in the attacking third, still down a man. Left side, Rojas. Skip pass to the right. 20 seconds to go in the power play for UCFC. SeaWolves ball. Angled pass into the corner. Rojas blocks it down there. Still battling with Raymond there. Two defenders converge. Ubi Parapovic takes it away for the moment and bounces it off the boards. Coughlin knocked it up, nearly a handball, loose in front, and then sent back down. 1 second, that'll do it for the power play for Utica City. Orlando successfully kills it off.
Yeah, good work from Orlando. Great work from them not only individually but collectively, staying tight, denying opportunities to score.
Bicycle attempt from Rojas, whiffed on it. Still alive, he heads it back down to himself. Ticks it up ahead, cut off by Raymond. Lifts it left for Jelic. Crosses a pass off the Utica City bench area. 11:35 to go, fourth period. Foul, and it's against Utica City. Tell you what, Elmo Neto has been in the middle of everything so far, along with Rojas. Number 75 in yellow had a couple of chances in both those corners, draws the penalty there.
Yeah, and Neto not shy from scoring those types of goals, or at least trying anyway, and you saw that time the ball was certainly a favourable height for such an opportunity.
Into the corner. Big swing is deflected up and out of play. And a timeout, at least for the moment. 16 shots on goal for Utica City, 14 shots on goal for Orlando. 7-5 lead for UCFC over the SeaWolves. Cooper Boardman, Richard Shaw with you on MASL TV from the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica, New York. Play in front, and didn't have time to restart it anyway, so we'll redo that one all over again, even though it was a wide open opportunity for Jelic.
Yeah, an opportunity for Schindler to come into the fray, as well as you've got three UCFC players lining up on this set piece.
Bumps it right, knocked it in front, and Mujin couldn't get his right foot on it. Bouncing ball towards the right side, finally gathered in by Jelic. Two defenders all over him. Lifts it back to Ubi Parapovic inside. Pass cut back off in front. Down goes an Orlando player, and it'll go the SeaWolves' way.
Yeah, just let the decision go. Let them give the call. Don't get involved with referees now for UCFC. Has got to be the message, because they're in a very strong position with 2 goals in advantage with just over 10 minutes to go in this final quarter.
Mujin along the half wall. He's got a goal today. Back to Schindler. Rochester, New York native. Back into the defensive third. Played back up ahead. Daylight for Kenaway. Moves left. Goes in. Lofts it in. And home! 3-goal lead for Utica City FC. Mohamed Kenaway delivers.
Great play from Kenaway. Most impressive here was his first touch into the space, and then he just drives with no doubt in his mind what he's doing, tucks it away beautifully. He's done some excellent things in this game. He's not really been in the thick of the action, to be quite honest, but the things he's done well, and little moments where it goes unnoticed, but make no mistake, he's stepping up at the right time, and you can see how delighted he is to what seemingly gives UCFC the kind of lead that they can protect and get them over the line for another win here at the Adirondack Bank Center at home in Utica.
5th goal, 8th point of the season for the 21-year-old. Another chance here on the opposite end for the SeaWolves. Tangled up was Victor Frantz along with Ben Raymond. And with 10:04 to play in the 4th period, clock stops at least for the moment.
Yeah, Cruz with the header. To be honest, it was a decent height for him to get something a bit more on goal. He'll be disappointed when he looks back at that opportunity, because to strike then just as they've given up that goal would have been very big for them, but he doesn't really catch it and he heads it down, and Toby was there just to casually block it.
And Richard, 9:45 to play in this 4th period. 3-goal lead for Utica City. At what point, and there's still plenty of time, do you consider pulling that goalie, going for the 6th attacker if you're the SeaWolves?
I don't think we're too far away, to be honest. With the deficit being 3 goals, they certainly can't procrastinate and and waste time. Maybe in a minute or two we will see that option.
And now they'll bring him across the midline, so it looks as though they've done it. Big rip from Piotr Sliwa. And back towards the left side. Alvarez holds. Orlando trying to set something up. SeaWolves scored the first 2 goals of the day, had a 2-goal lead in the first period. Utica City has dominated ever since. Cruz. Entry pass to the left side, Mota. Back to Cruz. Dancing, centering feed, deflected, and right to the feet of Ubi Parapovic. Plays it up ahead to Raymond. Knocked by 3 defenders, played against the high wall. Orlando comes away with it, bounced, but Coughlin punches it back out with his left foot. 8:33 remaining, 4th period, 3-goal lead for Utica City. UCFC 5-1 here at the Adirondack Bank Center this season. On the right side, dancing in, plucked in front, and picked up off the turf by Andrew Coughlin.
Yeah, great work again from him as Raymond looks to keep possession and spend some important time keeping Orlando off the ball.
Ubi Parapovic deals it right, pass in front, cut off by Cruz. See if the SeaWolves can push in transition. Gerson was calling for the ball all the way down in the offensive end. They couldn't get it to him. Great defensive pressure from UCFC. And once again, good defensive pressure. Daru knocks it away. And back into the defensive third. UCFC is content to let this game be played on the right half of this field. The 3-goal lead. 7:30 remaining in the 4th. SeaWolves move right to left. In white, here's Mendoza, fakes left, gives it back. Back in transition and then all the way back down. UCFC continuing to put on that defensive pressure. And right now for Orlando, they've got to go and go quick. I feel like you're relatively close to pulling that goalie and bringing on that 6th attacker. Bounces off towards the left side in front, loose in the midfield once again. Now the SeaWolves can set up the offensive attack. Alvarez to the corner. Jockeying for position there, Rojas, one away, and here comes Daru.
Yeah, Orlando still waiting to put in a 6th attacker, if they are waiting, that is. We can't assume anything, but they're certainly running out a bit of time here, and
Rojas called for the foul, knocked Jelevic down, and he is irate. Gerson, the captain, has to go over, have a word with the referee just to ensure that Rojas isn't going to receive a card. We're at the 6:33 mark of this 4th period. Now Gerson's going to have another conversation with the referee. Deliberation after deliberation in this second half. And it looks as though maybe Gerson might receive a card. Tom Traxler, the head coach for the SeaWolves, have a conversation with the referee as well. The penalty box door is open. And Gerson will make the long, slow walk over there. And that means Osvaldo Rojas has been sent off.
it's certainly been entertaining in this second half. Lots of dynamics going on. Certainly in terms of goalmouth action, but in terms of drama and decision making and, as you say, deliberation regarding calls and correct, incorrect decisions. It's had it all, and at this moment in time with a 3-goal cushion, all this just completely puts Utica in a very commanding position where they have to surely see this game out and maybe even add to the 3-goal lead to confirm that.
6th foul against Osvaldo Rojas. That's an ejection. His day is done. Gordy Gerson serves the penalty time. 2-minute power play now for Utica City FC, and UCFC has a 3-goal lead. 6:17 to play in the 4th period. This is the situation you want to be in if you're Ryan Hall. Back to the power play and a chance to put the cherry on top. Shot from Bordeaux goes wide.
Yeah, real opportunity opened up for Bordeaux. Just got under it a little bit, but again, fantastic situation now for Utica to secure another home win. Orlando just fizzling out a little bit here, whether it's energy or not.
And the power play is very much important. The power play at this stage is very much important for a lot of reasons. One, obviously, it gives the advantage to Utica City FC, but it also doesn't really allow Orlando to pull its goalie to bring on that extra attacker, which kills another 32 minutes off the clock for UCFC to seal this victory.
Yeah, you know, you look back in the game when Utica were 2-0 down early on in the game, and then you ask yourself the question, would you have took this type of situation? Absolutely, they would have snatched hands off to be in this spot. So now they have to see it out and make sure they're professional and take care of business.
Orlando has the ability to score and score quickly. We saw it in the first period, but it's been a second half dominated by Utica City. Well, you're watching Utica City and Orlando here on MASL TV. You can catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. This one of 4 games going on today in the MASL, and a highly entertaining one at the Adirondack Bank Center in Utica, New York. Thanks for joining us on a snowy Sunday afternoon in central New York. Cooper Boardman and Richard Shaw here with you. 6:06 remaining in regulation. An 8-5 lead for Utica City over Orlando. 1:32 remaining on the UCFC power play. UCFC in the blue uniforms gives it away. Here's Edwin Rojas, dealt left, blocked down by Coughlin. Gets it headed right back to him, and he gobbles it up on the doorstep.
Yeah, good composure from Ubi Parapovic, who then gets the ball back off Coughlin and works it up now as just over a minute of the power play. Can they find that one more goal just to really finish things off here?
Looking for it, nearly deflected home. Another own goal opportunity. Just goes wide. Ubi Parapovic to the corner. Deflected off the half wall on the right side. Picked up by the SeaWolves. 50-second remaining on the UCFC power play. Johnny Mendoza goes down. Fouled by Jelic, no card, but it'll be SeaWolves ball off the restart. Andrew Coughlin in net today for UCFC. 11 saves. He's been really, really good. Watches this one up top on the left side. Cruz along the half wall. Turns back out of it. Hands off to Alvarez. Jelic doing the defensive work right now. Gets his foot on it. And it has to be played all the way back down. 21 seconds to go on the power play for Utica City. Lofted pass. Banked off the corner. Neto knocks it back down. And here comes UCFC the opposite way. Ubi Parapovic up ahead, 2-on-1. Tavernisi delays and then pass deflected. That'll do it for the power play. Even strength on both sides. You'd expect at some point in the next 30 seconds or so, the SeaWolves are going to pull the goalie and bring on that 6th attacker. 3-goal deficit for Orlando. Utica City offensively has exploded in this second half. And now a timeout on the field. Orlando wants to talk things over. We'll take a moment. 4:13 to play in the 4th period. And now what's the strategy? You're down 3 goals, under 4:20 to play in the 4th period. You've got to get that goalie out of there and get the attacker on, I assume.
They're going to have to go for it. The shirt's coming out. And I think it's going to be Sandoval who's going to be putting it on, I believe. And he will just try and make things happen. I mean, there is nothing to lose now with just over 4 minutes left in the game. If they can get one Orlando, they'll certainly be back in it. And, you know, we see these goals come thick and fast, especially toward the end of the game when people start gambling and rolling the dice.
And how about the defensive performance, especially in this second half for Utica City? They got punched in the mouth in that first half. They've come out, have not allowed an Orlando goal over now, what, a period and a half or so.
Yeah, and that's what, when speaking with Darren Toby at halftime, one of the things he emphasized was the need to just tighten up and stop them, and they've done that, and that's a credit to them from a tactical perspective, but they've worked hard, and like we said, not only have they kept it tight, but they still had the same momentum going forward.
So you see in net right now, the man who's about to get the ball in that bright yellow uniform, that's Joshio Sandoval. He normally wears number 89. He comes on as the 6th attacker for Orlando. No goalie. And here, Utica City trying to close it out. 4 minutes remaining in the fourth period, 3-goal lead. Pass cut off, but Orlando retains possession. The real number 8 is Chiego Freitas. Controls up top, deals it right to Mota. Into the corner, pass deflected. Coughlin comes out of net to loft it back towards midfield. It's kind of like a penalty kill right now for UCFC.
Yeah, and what you'll see is Orlando obviously bomb forward, trying to get something to get him back in the game. Desperate to fight, just to keep it in.
That's in front, deflected out in front. Roberts was there to meet him.
And the prospect of that open goal for these Utica fans is always exciting, because they know if they get it and a player gets half a yard, that goal is gaping and begging to be shot at.
Foul against Utica City. And Neto was elbowing his way over there on the left side, and off the restart set piece chance.
Yeah, Neto certainly capable of bending something in from this range.
Comes up, plays it high, ball stays in. Freitas on the left side. Sandoval bangs it off the board, still alive left side. Neto moves it to the right, still off the mark, under 3 minutes to play fourth period. Extra attackers on 6-on-5 in the field play. Neto hands it off, back to the corner. Sandoval looks for it there. The captain plays it along the wall. Gets it back. Centering feed, no one home. Back to the corner. Mota there. Plays it down. Lefty shot, deflected and out. Utica City FC forming a wall essentially around that net.
Yeah, Nate Bordeaux with a solid block with his chest there, getting his body in where it needs to be, and good defending. We've seen excellent defending from Utica in this second half, hence why they've not given up a goal. And you look at the contrast from giving 2 goals up in the first 5 minutes of the game, and then obviously a full 5 conceded in the first half, to not give anything up in the second half has been a credit to them defensively. And they've still again gone forward with the momentum that they've been required to do so in order to win this game.
Barring a miracle, Utica City FC 2 minutes and 6 seconds away from its 6th home victory of the 2018-2019 season. Under 2 minutes to play in this one. Freitas plays it left. Neto puts it on net, deflected back out. That time Darren Toby led the way. Stolen back away, nearly a chance for a breakout the other way. Shot, trickling towards net, and it rolls home. There's the cherry on top. 9-5 Utica City. Bo Jelovic with his first goal of the day, making a 4-game point streak for him, and this one is all she wrote.
Fantastic composure just to knock it into the empty net. A great ending to this game. Jelovic's showing what was needed to, as you say, put the icing on the cake. Sparking amazing celebrations here. And again we see Joe Roberts on the field with speed, by the way, not only carrying that flag but showing amazing pace to celebrate with these fans.
Bo Jelovic now with 7 points in his last 6 games. A goal on Friday against Harrisburg, and cleans that one up on the empty net opportunity for Utica City FC. Blue card does come out on the opposite end. That's Jake Schindler to the box. So it will be a now 2-man advantage.
Utica City FC is now on the Mohawk Valley Materials.
6-on-4 attacking opportunity for the SeaWolves, but it's a 4-goal lead for Utica City.
Number 42, Jake Schindler.
Diego Freitas to the left. Sandoval has it there. Plays it inside, deflected once, now twice in front. They shoot, they score. Elmo Neto makes it a 9-6 game with 1:19 to play in the fourth. Neto in his first game, acquired on a trade on Friday, tallies the first goal of his Orlando SeaWolves career. It's a 3-goal game. This one not over just yet. That does release the extra defender for Utica City, so now it will just be a one-man advantage with the 6th attacker on for Orlando. 9-6 game, 1:19 to play, fourth period. The lead is Utica City's. That's just the first goal of this second half for the SeaWolves.
Assisted by number 3, Gordy Gerson.
Assisted by Gordy Gerson. He has a 2-point day, does Gerson. 20 points for him. Toby dashes to the forefront, puts it in, and puts it home. Ubi Barabovic feeds a man in front, punched home. It's 10-6 Utica City in double digits. Well, Orlando scores. Less than 10 seconds later, Utica City finds the back of the net themselves. And it's a 4-goal advantage. Utica City well on its way to its 9th victory of the 2018-19 season. We'll see who they credit to. The pass came to the doorstep. Roberts was there. Ubi Parapovic had it there as well. Might have even been Joey Tavernisi. About 46.7 seconds to go in the fourth period. Let's listen in.
Number 27, Joey Tavernisi.
It is in fact Tavernisi's goal. His first of the day, his 13th of the season for the forward from Queens. 34.4 seconds to go in this fourth period, and that's all that stands in the way of another Utica City victory. We'll have to bring Piotr Sliwa back into the game in goal. But a set piece chance for Utica City. Slavisa Ubi Parapovic has 3 goals on the day. Steps up, deals it right. Now to Toby. Fakes left again, and then back up top, 28 seconds. Banged off the boards. Mujin has it there. His home debut, one that featured a goal. Back in front, nearly another one for Utica City. SeaWolves back the other way, down to 12, down to 11. Bordeaux moves it left. The crowd rises at the Adirondack Bank Center. With 3, with 2, with 1, and that will do it. Utica City FC wins it 10-6 over the Orlando SeaWolves. UCFC trailed in this game by 2 goals twice in the opening half, but it explodes, outscores the SeaWolves 5-1 in the second half, and picks up its 9th victory of the 2018-2019 season. What a game. Let's go down to the sideline with Richard Shaw.
Richard Shaw is on the field with our post-game interview. Richard!
Thank you, guys. Joining me now is Jake Schindler. Jake, exciting second half. Congratulations. Great performance in the second half. What was the difference from your perspective?
We settled down, we controlled the game, we made it a physical game. We like that. We like to bash bodies and just be real nitty-gritty, and we're going to just drive it down your throat every time.
Jake, what about these fans? Obviously great to get back to winning ways here at home. You guys turn it into a fortress. What do you say to these fans here in attendance?
I'm thankful. I've gotten offered more beers than I could count. I love this city. I love putting on this jersey. I'm just happy to represent the city.
Thank you very much, Jake. Congratulations. Well done.
Jake Schindler with Richard Shaw, and UCFC defeats Orlando by a final score of 10-6. We'll give you the goal scorers. Gordy Gerson along with Diego Freitas, Richard Schmermund, Mario Alvarez, as well as Osvaldo Rojas. For Utica City FC, Ben Raymond, Mohamed Kenaway, Bo Yelovic, Darren Toby had 2, Joey Tavernese with 1, Freddie Mugin in his Utica City home debut has 1, and as always, Slavisa Ubi Parapovic has 3, a team leading 16 goals for him after the 3 goals here tonight. Utica City FC improves to 9-4 overall. Orlando drops to 3-5 overall. UCFC up to 6-1 at the Adirondack Bank Center. Orlando drops to 1-2 away from the Sunshine State. Well, the fans braved the cold temperatures today, a low of 4 degrees in Utica with plenty of snow showers, but that doesn't matter as Utica City FC picks up a 4-goal victory. It's 6th once again here at home. That'll do it for Richard Shaw. I'm Cooper Boardman saying so long from the Adirondack Bank Center. Thanks so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us on MASL TV. Once again, your final score, Utica City FC 10 and the Orlando SeaWolves 6. We'll see you next time on MASL TV. Have a great one, everybody.